Hey everyone, it's Friday, February 27th. Welcome to the channel. Let's play some amazing word games with Hang 5 first, puzzle 936. Alright, so we have a 7, a 6, and 3 5s. And I am going to make a very concerted effort to be a bit more strategic and analytical here. Try and reduce the number of hearts I lose, which might take me a bit longer, but it'll give me a better percentage. So I really do like this game. I want to do as well as I can. Alright, so I think the R for sure. Okay. I like the T. Okay, good. Ooh, word like latte maybe for the second word. Could be a lot of other things too, like lotto. R-E something. Repress. No. Do I like the S? Yes, let's do the S. Okay. Ooh, not where I expected it. N. Okay. Refrain. Refrain. What is going on with that second word? Butte. Wow. I'm lost as to what that could be. Wow, okay. Refrain. I'm not ready to put the F in. It could be refrain from a song too. Do I go for the L? I think there's enough leeway here for the L. Okay. A slogan? A slogan? Oh, a motto. Ah, okay. A maxim? Okay, refrain, motto, slogan, maxim. I like maxim there. Yeah. Okay, and what's the last one? A chant? Yes, all right. Just a bit of a saying. A mantra. Top 2%. Yes. All right. Very slow by my standards, but I like the percentage. So I think that's going to be the way it's going to be. If I'm going to play this game by itself eventually in its own video, unless it's one of those days where everything just pops up and becomes really apparent to me, I think I'll try and do the puzzles like this. I think I get more traction being analytical and approaching it this way than just spamming in a bunch of letters and hoping for the best. Because it'd be like a 1-minute video. So that would be more of a short, a YouTube short situation. But in any case, let me know how you did. And let's move on to strands. All right, February 27th, 55-day streak. Here we go. The theme is It's a Little Much. 6 theme words. Excess. A glut. No. Enough. Enough already. I think that's... I don't know how I saw that, but it's there. Enough already. 100%. Okay. Very, very lucky. Surplus. Some things just pop out some days. I think glut is there. A glut, a killer. An envoy? I don't like that. A glut. Let's try it. Yes. 2 more. what am I looking at here? A cover. I still see Envoy, but that's 100% not what it is. I see DDER. What am I looking at here? Killer. It's a little much. An excess, a surplus, a glut. Okay, so I think the R either needs to be ER or it needs to be RK. Because nothing else goes into the R. So it's RE or ER. We also have this. DDLER. Something under. No. Okay, what's going on down here? I'm not seeing anything. Killer. No, it's a little much. A coven? No. Stock, overstock, overkill. Okay, and what's this? Something antsy. Redundancy. Okay, not an Oranje perfect, far too long, but no excess words found, so I'm okay with that. Okay, let's move on to sports connections. Puzzle 522, 4 groups of 4. Swell, takeout, fingers, wave, cone, price, pull, blue, replace, crest, brew, yank, barrel, rock, Bieber, and card. Rockies, Brewers, Yankees, Cardinals. Also Blue Jays here though too. Bieber. Raleigh Fingers, David Price, Shane Bieber, David Cohn. Are these surnames of former Cy Young Award winners? All right. I think his name is David Cohn. Played for the Blue Jays at some point. So did David Price actually. And Shane Bieber. Don't know about Raleigh Fingers, before my time. In any case, it's a swell, it's a crest, it's a wave. I don't know the last one. You pull, you yank, you replace, you take out. Substitute, like a pitcher in baseball, bring in somebody else. Substitute, sure. Blue, rock, card, and brew. Then I guess a barrel is a surfing thing too. These are starts of baseball team names. Yeah, and then surfing, things you surf on in the water. Surfing terms, sure. I'm not the biggest source of knowledge on surfing stuff, but I know at least that much. All right, 38%, 3 out of 5 difficulty. Solve rate's only 38%. I don't know quite how to read that, but that seems really low. All right, let's move on to custom connections. Our puzzle today is elevengu with Connections Alternative 219 from October 5th, 2025. So we have life, pot, PTO, money, water, animated, fish, vacay, bumper, holiday, news, sports, I voted, rock, filter, and getaway. It's a holiday, it's a getaway, it's a vacay. PTO, personal time off. Yeah. You're away from work. Stuff you do when you're away from work. Time off from work, okay. A rock, a filter, a fish, things in a fish tank. Bumper car. Life, sports, news, money, different sections of newspaper. 4 sections of USA Today, okay. Rock, filter, and fish, things in a fish tank. Oh, water. Why didn't I see that the first time? And then pot, animated, bumper, and I voted. Buttons. I voted. I'm not sure. It was sticker. Okay, I voted sticker. Oh, it's not a button. Okay, I thought it was a button. Bumper sticker, pot sticker, animated sticker, I voted sticker. Animated sticker. I'll have to look that up. Okay, very, very good. Thank you for that, elevengu, for uploading your alternatives to the Connections Plus community page. And we'll pull off one next time as well. All right, let's look at our preview of tomorrow. It is Co with the Atlas of Oddities, Co 31. So a bunch of countries here, which I do like geography, so hopefully I can get this one. And you can do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. Meet you there. Okay, let's do the CleverGoat Games, starting with categories. 4 groups of 4, wind or wind, draw, saxophone, oboe, shuffle, wizardry, witchcraft, sorcery, deal, tear, lead, bow, clarinet, bassoon, fold, and magic. Mystical stuff. Supernatural doings, okay. You can fold, shuffle, deal, and draw. Things you can do with cards. Done with playing cards, okay. Saxophone, clarinet, bassoon, and oboe are instruments. Wind. Oh, these can be said different ways. Wind and wind, lead and lead, bow and bow, and tear and tear. Okay. Good. Yeah, I thought about that as I was reading through them. I'm like, I'm not saying the double pronunciations the way I should be, but came back to me in the end. All right, let's move on to Crossword. 30 seconds less is the goal. Let's do it. Pull hard. Yank, yeet, I don't know. Up for blank. Up for grabs. Dope. Why did I do that? No. With 5 down, elbow area susceptible to tingling pain. Funny bone. Reason for our rating. Sex. The weekend's nearly here. TGIF. Urdu. Gains. Bone. And sticks. Yes. Sometimes it just works out. Okay, let's go over these. So pull hard is tug. Up for grabs. An idiot is why did I do that? Urdu is the language of Pakistan. Make progress is gains. Bone is the end of funny bone. And then river Achilles was dipped into was the river Styx. I was a little suspicious of the YX when I first did it, but yeah, it came back to me in the end. So very, very good. All right, let's move on to stacked. Groups of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We have emerald, hedge, paste, member, reunion, chala, business, bush, brioche, baguette, shrub, values, ciabatta, tree, and princess. Okay, ciabatta, baguette, and brioche, maybe chala or breads, lack of a better word. A tree, a shrub, a bush, a hedge. I'm not honestly sure what a chala is. Values. Oh. Family tree, family values, family reunion, family member, family business. Then shrub, bush, and hedge go together. The breads. Yeah, there's 4 breads. 3 greenery. Emerald and princess are different cuts of gems than paste by itself. Okay. Pre-solve that one, I think. Where was I going here? Oh, the breads. Greenery. Different cuts for gems and rings. And pasted by itself. Good. BBB, reverse rainbow. Yay! Okay. Alright, very, very good. Let's move on to Canuckle. Okay, we'll do maple to start as we normally do. Just an E out of position. Stern. TER out of position. I could do deter. How about I do outer? Outer in 3. I should have done deter. Okay. I think there's probably a lot of options here, but I'm going to go with deter first, then I'll do a filler if I have to. Okay. So I think it's going to be I second. Kiter, biter, whiter. Ugh. So what do I need here? Another T, tighter, maybe T first. Ticky, is that a word? I said biter. Let's try this. Okay, I. Biter, guider, hider, whiter. Biter, maybe something about fishing. Is there something better? I don't think so. There it is. Okay, very, very lucky. In curling, a biter is a stone that just barely touches the scoring area, making every point count. The 2026 Briar begins today in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, featuring curling legends like Brad Gushue in his final Briar, and 2-time Olympic gold medalist Brad Jacobs. Fans can expect a showdown where every biter could make the difference between victory and defeat. I'd say this might be more competitive than the Olympics, I'll be honest. The hardest curling competition is usually the Canadian Championships, which is what this is. So I'll be watching. All right, let's move on to the Letterloop. Puzzle 748. All right, EEREYNDA. Ready? Yenner? No. Needy and urine. There we go. That's the one. $14. The average is 32 seconds or 11 people. So very good on my part. All right, let's do Bracket City. February 27th. Okay, gear for a steep hill. I don't know. Blank the blank. Back up one's words with actions. Walk the walk. Things that go bump in the night. Dash in without a reservation. Barge in. Something yelled in a crowded theater in some examples in law school. What? Order? Gear for a steep hill. A rope? Anyways, I think walk the walk. Yeah. Walk. Walk blanked during Fashion Week. Cat walked. Cat. Dash in without a reservation. Walk in. Walk walked without a reservation. Walk walked during Fashion Week. The catwalk. Okay. Of course I spell it wrong. Okay. Cat. Vacation in London. Month with no big time holidays. Oh, they call it holiday. Month with no big time holidays in the US. August. St. Augustine's Diocese, or a hungry, hungry one. Hippo. Okay. The New York Philharmonic, probably. Okay. Something about harm. Do no harm. Okay, something yelled in a crowded theater in some examples in law school. Some blank court. Some courthouses apparently have one between floors. Gear for a steep hill. I need the first letter. F. Oh, first gear. Oh, you're driving. First, do no harm. New York Philharmonic performs in South Korea, North Korea. If this is a C, I'm gonna be very upset. F. Something yelled in a crowded theater. In some examples in law school. False. Full. Fire. Some firehouses apparently have one between floors. A pole. Festive pole. Oh, North Pole. Okay. Oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I scored 90. February 27th, 2008, the New York Philharmonic performs in North Korea. Didn't know that. That's very interesting. All right, let's do Crosswordle here. Paused at 1 second. Let's figure out how ranch came to be the answer. So RA, probably N here. RAN, and then let's put the A here. So anger, I could have done ramen there. Radon, I can do whatever I like here. Let's put that there. Can't do stray. What can I do? Can't do another A. Let's put something else there. Or the N. Let's put the R back. No. All I have left is an I. Why is this so hard? It shouldn't be. Fiery, but just not seeing much of anything. Why is this so hard? A is probably the way to go here. Can't do essay. Let's just do squat. I don't know why I was so into having whatever letter I had here at the end, but squat works okay. 214, wow, that's a long time. You definitely did better, but let's see what the options were. Rayon or probably radon, okay. Anger looks locked in too. Wow, okay. Pretty good, pretty good. All right, let's move on to pips. We'll do easy by elevengu. Here we go. All right, so this is less than 2, so 0. 0, 6, 6, 3, 3, 2, 5, 5, 5, 6. 19 seconds, get the cookie. All right, medium, Rodolfo. Okay, less than 2, less than 6. I don't have any 4, so this is going to be 2, 2, or 3, 1. Okay. Where are these 6s going? Well, they all have to go in here. Not really a choice. 6, 1, 6, 2. Could go this way too. But I have nothing matching that. Okay, so this has to be a 0. 0, 1. 1, 3. This has to be a 2. Okay, that worked out. 53 seconds. All right, hard, Rodolfo, what do you got? Oh boy. So this has to be 0, 3 or 2, 1. Which I have both. Oh. So this has to be 0, 0. Don't really have a choice. 0 something. Okay, so this is 0, 3 or 2, 1. How many zeros do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4 left over. And I need 1, 2, 3. And these are not all the same, so I need a 0 down here too. Therefore, this has to be 2, 1, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, okay, good. Okay, 0. Well, this has to be 0, 2. Which means 0 could be anything there. This is a 1. Do I have a 5, 0? Yep, that works. Which means this is 1, 1. 6, 0, 4. Do I have a 6, 2? No. So that can't be that. 0, 3. Do I have a 6, 3? I sure do. 6, 2, 6, 1. Not sure yet. However, these all have to be 1s in here. How's that going to work? Okay, if these all have to be 1s, then this cannot be 1, 1. 0, 4. This has to be 0, 2. Which is no good. This would have to be a 1, 2. This doesn't have to be 0, 2 either. Actually, yes, it does. It does. Okay. 1, 4. But there's no 0, 2. 1, 6. No good. 1, 3. I do have 0, 3. So let's consider that. Okay. 0, 5. Do I have a 1, 6? I do have that. Okay, so let's do that then. 6, 2, 6, 3. Okay, I see a 2 there. So let's do 6, 2, which means this 2 needs to, oh, geez, didn't want to do that. Which means this pops out. This has to be 1. I have a lot of 4s left over. This could go this way. Then where's this 2 going? I can't have 2 2s in here. I also have 2 4s. Okay. Slight need for some accommodation here. 0, 4, 6, 2, 6, 3. Yeah, I think this checks out. 426. There we go. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Welcome to all of you who skipped directly to the end to see how I solved it. And check out my Wordle video and Connections video if you want to see more. Please consider subscribing if you haven't before. And have a wonderful day. Bye for now.
All is well, not as far as I can tell, because I've heard that tale before. I'm a ne'er-do-well, it's the hero that gets the glory.